I'm Mark Camoccio from Mart TV, and I've got a gun here. I've been wanting to show this for some while actually. This is the SMK Victory CP2. You get a whole box of bits, and basically you get a pistol which you then can convert to a rifle. Very clever system, and it's CO2 powered, so you get the main pistol there, bolt action. You then get a skeleton stock that will fit in replacement of the bottom of the grip. Then you get a box with washers, breech seals and Allen keys. You get a silencer, will go on the front. So this is all in your box right at the start. And the final thing is the main extended barrel assembly for the rifle conversion. Yeah, as I say, it's got a very nice solid feel to it. Everything feels well made. You get 2 magazines with it. As it is, you've got there's a single shot. I'll just cock that first of all, and then you can see you just slide that out. Again, the single shot tray is metal, and they pinched an idea from Daystate with the old magnetic clip. As you slide that in, and you can see it just pulls in, it locks in on the magnet. All feels really nicely machined actually in there. So that's for single shot. Or you can slide in your magazine, and obviously we'll show the magazine being filled in a while, but that will just, again, you match up the little groove on the bottom, slide that in, and then you're away to go. Now, other features on here, you've got a 2-stage trigger, and you've got an in-guard, so it's all neatly done. You've got open sights as you see here, and they're adjustable. You do need a screwdriver to do that, but they are adjustable, quite nicely made. It's pretty good. You've got quite a long sight base there, so it's a pretty good sight picture for sort of informal target shooting. But you can see it gives you a visual display there through the side of the cylinder, which is clever to show you whether or not you've got a CO2 capsule inside. Unscrew that. Yeah, I've got a spent cartridge in there. You can see the holes pierced at the ends. That's the spent one. We'll get rid of that. And what we're doing is dropping it neck first in there, and then that will get pierced by the system when it's pressurized. So push that on, screw that up, and you want to screw that as tight as you can, and then you'll hear it pierce. Now, if it gets very tight and you haven't heard anything, they've got a feature here, and this is neat because I've had problems with these sort of things before. You unscrew that and it's a little lever. How ingenious is that? Put that in. They really do seem to have thought of everything with this. Put that in, and that just helps you. You don't have to go potty, but just do that so it's nice and hand tight. Now that should have pressurized it. I'll just check that it fires. Pull the bolt back. You'd normally load a pellet. There we go, we're away. Now, using this as a pistol, is that protrusion there, obviously it's, well, it doesn't need to be there for the rifle because you're going to take that, you can see that little base that comes away when it's the rifle, but for actually gripping it, it is actually slightly in the wrong place, but it's not major, but it's yeah, slight irritation. Shoots well. So I had sort of easy 1/2-inch groups at 10 yards with this, the open sights, and it all shoots very nicely. But of course, we need to see the magazine being filled because you can be multi-shot with this, and it's silly. There's such nice little mags. It'd be silly not to use them. But also, we're going to convert it to a rifle. Now, with those magazines, it's 9 shots in 177 and 7 in 22. To fill these, it's very simple. Clear cover up, turn that anti-clockwise all the way around, and then you see you can't see through the front. So it's one of these where you put your first pellet skirt first into the back. That then release the front, and that then is holding the spring pressure back, and thereafter drop a pellet into each chamber. As I say, it feels surprisingly nicely made because this is, you know, it's all a very reasonable package. But this is, yeah, it's an impressive little kit. This, if I sound like I'm a fan, I have to say I am. So you've got 2 of those, fill it that way. That's now ready to go. So we're pulling the bolt back We'll get rid of that single shot tray. As I say, that just slides out. And then if you've decided you're going to use your mag, you slide that in to the slot. Once you're in, push your bolt forward, and thereafter you're ready to go. Just fire a couple. Quite loud in here. There we go. But it all cycles very well. On test, I didn't have a problem at all. It's, like I say, it feels well made, and it shoots really nicely. As a rifle and a pistol, of course, it's using the same capsule. You expect around 40-42 shots each way. Power-wise, I did have very near the 6 foot-pounds limit with this on test. Obviously, that's going to be dependent on pellets, and your shot count may vary slightly, but that's what you can expect. Great to shoot as a pistol, but right, let's now see it go together as a rifle. Right, the first stage, we need to remove that rear sight. So you can see you've got a screw, a normal screw there, a Phillips screw there, and then there's another little Phillips screw underneath. And then we've got to take this barrel out, and you see you've got 3 little Allen keys. You get the Allen key in the set. They've got to be loosened up, and we'll take the barrel out. So we'll do that. Right, we've removed our rear sight. There was an little screw underneath the back of it as well, so you take all those out. We've pulled our barrel out, so that's our original pistol barrel. Take the new assembly. They've got a loose front bracket on here, so just make sure that's all together. Make sure the barrel now locates, and you see the little dimple there. That needs to be straight up. Don't worry, we can check the alignment in a moment. So push that in. Sorry, I should show you, make sure there's a breech seal in there. Now, when I had this for test, there wasn't. It's spare in the bag, so you'll need to push a little breech seal into place. That's vital, obviously. Then locate the barrel. Sorry, making a meal of that. Push that all the way in. That slots in. Push this front bracket over the cylinder. That pushes into place. That's about there. Now, using that sight, you can align the barrel crudely, and then it's pretty obvious that that's straight on. The dimple should find its way. So get your central Allen stud done up. So basically, you're tightening all 3 of those. Just tighten those. That's it. Now the barrel's all in place, and now all you've got to do, the final thing, is to nip up. Just gently let that find its place. The barrel's already aligned, and you're just nipping up the 1 Allen key in there, like so. See, the barrel's threaded, and likewise you can fit this to the pistol as well. But that silencer, very effective. Again, it's all metal, nicely made. That quickly goes on. And that's that part done. Now we've got to just fit the grip. So we unscrew that, pull that cap off. That was very tight when I got this as new. It's slackened off a bit now. Take your skeleton stock, push that into place. That's it. That is a bit tight, but it's not going to come off, obviously. Push that right in, and then you can do your grip up, like so. Then you take your magazine, put that back in, put it forward, and we're all ready. Once you've configured to a rifle, you've got the sights, open sights, but we're not going to stick to that when we've got a nice little bit of glassware to put on. The configuration, it just works. I mean, I'm a big build, but the reach length of pull is pretty damn good. We've got our silencer in place, multi-shot, you know, it's what's not to like, as they say. So let's just do a few shots. There we go. That silencer does its job. I suddenly thought it had run out of power, but it's just completely killed that muzzle report. Only doing about 8 foot-pounds, but again, it's you know, great fun to use. But that whole configuration, the versatility of it, very easy to convert from rifle to pistol. You've got one hell of a gun there, and as I say, for sort of sub 200 quid, it's a whole lot of fun. So that's the Victory CP2 from Sports Marketing.